Every week I help you find places to go with friends and family here in the Jacksonville area. I talk about local food, local craft beer, and local events. That's what I do. I know Jax. Eat local, drink local, be local. Holiday season is in full swing, and to get myself into the holiday spirit, I decided to go down to St. Augustine. There's really no better place to get into the holiday spirit than St. Augustine during the yearly Nights of Lights. We usually don't have snow in Florida, so here in St. Augustine, we compensate with millions of white lights. There are a lot of different ways to enjoy the scenery. You can take a leisurely stroll, or you can do the trolley tour, and there's even a boat tour. And today, I wanted to start by introducing you to one of my favorite local St. Augustine businesses, Creme de la Coco. I'm down in beautiful St. Augustine on San Marco at Creme de la Coco, checking out. They do sweets, and I'm not normally a sweets guy, but I'm gonna go back in the kitchen and check out what they got going.
It's kind of cool to put chocolates in edible packages.
Okay.
So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be making an edible chocolate sphere to put the chocolates inside of.
And what's this called so people can know what to order when they come?
I mean, we call it kind of the Wonder Ball. Obviously, there's things like that already. But
I was going to call it Amaze Balls.
Amaze Ball. You can call it whatever you want.
That's not okay, maybe. A little bit science.
Absolutely.
A lot of tasty.
It's part of the reason I like it. Is the art and science mix. And it seems to make people happy. We've done some dinners where people use these to put over desserts and things like that.
Got you, okay.
But I like it when everything's sort of like a one-off. Like it's just, to me, it's got
a snowflake, I got it.
Exactly. That way it's just got a little bit of its own personality. It looks pretty good, so we're about 72, 75. Give it a swirl. And so you can start to see sort of the patterns that you're gonna come up with. We'll be putting, you can pick what type of chocolates you want in there.
Right.
You can sort of put anything you want, mini macarons, mini cookies, pretty much anything.
I think my name, Amaze Balls, is something that should stick.
Hey, Amaze Balls is not that bad. It is not that bad. So basically the ultimate purpose of what we're doing is you're kind of letting it set. So when you temper chocolate, it's liquid, and then you're tempering it back. So chocolate's crystalline structure, so you need it to crystallize properly. The crystal you're looking for is beta 6. There's 6 crystals in there. So beta 6 is what we're shooting for. And so you can see here how it's starting to look a little more matte than shiny.
Right.
So it sets pretty quickly. Once it starts setting, it goes. So in the winter, it's a lot better because it's colder.
So did you pay attention in science class? It sounds like you did. Because I might have sat in the back of the class. I'm just saying.
I did all right. You know, the product of scientists. Both my parents are scientists.
Oh,
so,
are they? Okay,
yeah,
well, good for you.
Sort of ingrained a little bit in there.
I didn't have that.
That's okay. I turned science into food. That's where I went. I'm going to flick it in behind it because with the white behind it, it will make those spots pop through once it's set.
So tell me, how did you get started in all this cooking stuff? You say your parents were scientists, and you just started messing around in the kitchen, or?
Well, when I was 13, I made a deal with them. Got to a point where I was just like, hey, look, you guys get me what I want, and I'll make dinner whenever. Right. So I got a grill and just started making dinner all the time.
There you go.
Pastry was never the intention, you know, but it just kind of went that way, and here we are. So this is a 58% dark chocolate. I have it tempered already. So what we're going to do now is we're going to cast these shells. So
when we say tempered, that means melted, right?
To a degree. So basically, to temper chocolate, you need to take it up to a certain temperature, which melts all of the crystals of those 6 crystals I talked about. So you need to take it up to about 108 or above, and that melts all of the crystals. And then to re-temper it down is you're going to bring dark chocolate to about 88 to 91 degrees.
Okay.
So
it's about the feel for it.
It is. It's a feel thing. And what I found with chocolate is either you can do it or you can't.
Right.
It's a very touch-based thing.
You ever look at something when you're done and go, I made that?
Every once in a while.
Just every once in a while?
Well, it just depends. Honestly, that mostly happens with the ways things taste. Sometimes I'm like, we'll see how this goes.
What was the last thing that you went?
It was probably the apple caramel that I made.
Oh, that was great, by the way. Don't you love those moments though when you're like,
yeah, they're great. They're great. And then everybody's like,
I made that.
Just like, yeah.
Those are amaze balls.
They're amaze balls. They're amaze balls. When you know chocolate's done well is it's shiny.
Okay.
So that has to do with the tempering. But the faster and the harder you can get it to snap off the plastic, the shinier it's gonna be. Flip it over, tap it out. Oh, they came out. But you can see that little bit of yellow in there now. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a couple different types of chocolates and some of these crisp pearls that everybody loves so much.
So it's like a chocolate surprise pinata and everything's edible. And
everything
tasty.
is edible.
Man.
Everything is edible. So normally
Niels, I love you, man.
Love you too. Hazelnut, milk chocolate, mint chocolate, and rum.
This is pretty cool. Can you hear that?
I can hear it.
That's awesome.
I'm going to show you how I make my champagne and strawberry cotton
I'm
candy
down
today.
for that.
All right. This is freeze-dried strawberries ground up, so you really get the strawberry flavor in there. It's not just a flavored
those are
sugar.
Sugar hearts?
Yeah, you have to have
stars?
pink glittery hearts when you're making strawberry and champagne cotton candy, right?
Absolutely.
I typically do about 3 or 4 spins that go into this
one little cup,
tiny little container. Have a nice day.
Lots of people travel to St. Augustine during this time of year, and the local breweries come together to host a special promotion, the Nights of Pints. 4 local breweries have created special collab beers for this event. You can buy the Knights of Lights t-shirt and get a free pint at each of the breweries. That sounds like a lot of fun and a great way to get into holiday spirit. There's a lot of other happenings going on in this area when it comes to craft beer, and that's what we're going to talk about next, craft beer. Every week I take a look at what's happening in the craft beer scene in the Jacksonville area. I'm at Brews in Atlantic Beach, and today I'm having a curmudgeon's better half from Founders Brewing. Holiday season is upon us, and at Brews here in Atlantic Beach, they are doing a Toys for Tots drive together with the Armed Forces. Drop off toys at Brews and spread a little bit of joy this holiday season. The toy drive starts on November 29th and continues till December 13th. For those of you in St. Augustine who like to explore different craft beers, how about this? On Thursday, Ruby Beach from Jacksonville is coming to Bruising Dogs. This event is a fundraiser for our furry friends at Swamp Haven, and they also promise free swag and prizes. That event takes place on Thursday, November 29th at Bruising Dogs, starting at 6 p.m. Speaking of exploring new beers, here's a great event for you. In Bartram Park on November 30th, there's a Cigar City takeover of brews in Bartram Park. Cigar City is one of my favorite Florida breweries. I'm especially partial to the darker beers, and they'll have Marshall Zukoff plus a Cuban style espresso and the one with the name I can't pronounce, so I put it up on the screen instead. That is my personal favorite, but they'll also have Tampa Lager and Florida Cracker and White Oak High Life. That's at Brews in Bartram Park on November 30th. Sooner or later, you're gonna have to figure out your Christmas shopping, so here's an idea for you. Go to Riverside Arts Market on December 1st, and it's the first Saturday brew at Ram, which means they'll have $5 local craft brews, including a collab between Olive My Pickle and Bold City Brewing. That's right, a pickle beer. Sip and shop from local artists and vendors. Get it out of the way. Have a great time and a great pint of local brew and support small local businesses in the community. Ram is open from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. and it's located under the Fuller Warren Bridge. We also have a big birthday coming up this week. Intuition Ale Works is turning 8 years old, and that calls for a big celebration at the brewery. They'll have lots of specialty one-off brews available, food trucks, live music, and much more. And I'm going to try to make it out to this event too. You can get your tickets online for this one. The birthday party takes place at Intuition Ale Works downtown on December 1st. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Here at Brews, there will be a special tapping. Brews is tapping CBS on Saturday. That's the Canadian Breakfast Stout from Founders. And you can get a free pancake breakfast to go with your stout. For us stout lovers, it sounds like a perfect way to start the day. That happens on Saturday, December 1st at Brews in Atlantic Beach. That's it for local craft beer news in Jax this week. For more tasty beers like the Curmudgeon's Better Half from Founders Brewing, visit Brews at one of their 2 locations and check out more fun events from both brews. Cheers! Our mission is to bring the best variety of ice-cold craft keg beer to take home in a growler. My plan is to do the Hump Day update on my Facebook page and on my website every Wednesday. This is a short video where I share tips and ideas for fun things going on. I'll let you know what I'm working on, where I'm going to be filming, what's planned for the show, and other short news items that come across my desk. I'm not really doing newsy stuff. I leave that to the serious reporters and professionals. I try to stick to the things close to my heart, or maybe I should say close to my stomach, because that's what often ends up being, stuff about food and drinks. But then, of course, the motto for I Know Jax is eat local, drink local, and be local, and that's exactly what I'm trying to do, even while I'm down here in St. Augustine. I just wanted to let you know that I'm now sending out the Insider every Tuesday. You'll get tips and ideas for cool things to do, plus you'll find out what I'm up to and where we're filming next, that kind of stuff. You can subscribe to the Insider on my website at iknowjax.com.
It's an event like no other, and it's just in time for the holidays. Head to northfloridainfluencers.com to register for tickets for the event of the season. Located at Sawgrass Marriott on December 1st from 10 until 2 o'clock, you can shop your favorite fashion influencers' closets for up to 90% off. Benefiting Rethreaded and hosted by celebrity DJ Vic Michelucci, we look forward to seeing you there.
I know the name of the show is I Know Jax, but today we're going to enlist a little help from the guys from Top to Bottom Tours, and we're going to see a part of Jacksonville that not everybody gets a chance to see.
We got started with the Top to Bottom Tours because we got approached by Visit Jacksonville and to do something for the public. So we had been doing private tours, but we wanted to do something for the public. And once we discovered the secret underground tunnels in Jacksonville, we knew we had a tour.
I met up with the group and our guides at the Jacksonville Landing. First, we visited Andrew Jackson. Where have I seen that hat before? Today we're starting at the top. We went to the 42nd floor of the Bank of America building, the tallest building in Jacksonville. Just look at this view. Next up is the Atlantic National Bank building, where it was time to go down, all the way down to the bottom. Just look at all that brass. That's what it looked like back in the day when it was installed. I asked Gary how he came up with the tour to the vault.
Basically just doing research through the Historical Society, researching buildings, learned about the old banks and the old tunnels, and just took cooperation between the property owners, or the property managers, and the owners of the buildings. Every top to bottom tour does the top story of Jacksonville. We go up to the top of the Bank of America Tower, the 42nd floor, beautiful skyline views. Every tour does the secret underground tunnels in the old Atlantic National Bank building. Tuesday's tour has a few other buildings like the Florida Theater. Thursday's tour does behind the scenes of the Jacksonville Symphony.
I had a great time, so I guess I got to sign up for the Symphony Tour next. That's it for this week's I Know Jax. Thanks for watching. Now, if you're interested in visiting St. Augustine during the Nights of Lights, I wanted to let you know that this year they've extended the event so that the lights are actually going on through February 3rd. And when you go down, don't forget the Nights of Pints and support the local breweries too. That's it for me. You can catch I Know Jax on CW17, 6:30 p.m. and watch episodes online on YouTube at iknowjax.com. Also on Channel 4's website. I'll be back next week, but until then, I'll see you on the internet.